I hate Twitch with a burning passion. You don't even understand. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. I also hate OBS with a burning passion because OBS and Twitch keep screwing with me all the time, and there's nothing I can do. They keep breaking constantly, and there's nothing I can do. It's so annoying. It refuses to connect properly all the time. It's a miracle I can stream. Because, of course, it decided to break just before a stream. For some reason, sometimes, I don't know why this happens, but sometimes it decides to, you know what? I'm just not going to work. Every single time you open OBS, I'm gonna say, no, it broke, timeout, it couldn't be authenticated. I'm forgetting the words even. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, you goddamn lunatic? These are the stupid things I had to deal with constantly. These things break all the time, and I'm so tired. So I decided to, perhaps, update my OBS. Maybe this will fix it. No, it did not. So now, I can expect this to break again. Because this happens. Just happens from time to time, and there's nothing I can do. Because the docs, just the docs, they're completely broken. They're just completely broken. And they don't work properly. They never did. I bet they never did. It's impossible. It's absolutely awful. It's just impossible. Try to work this thing. It's going to break at some point, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Because the docs are just trash. So, thank you. Thank you for that, OBS. Thank you for giving me headaches all the time. It's me. I'm mad, and I'm complaining. That's what I do on the internet. I don't even know if I can create another dog here for some good forsaken reason. Because the things I have right now barely work properly. At this point in time, I wish to completely rip out the dogs I have and just have the bare minimum. If it's going to break anyway, at least let me stream normally, in peace. Is this so much to ask? Apparently so. I hate this. I hate this. It's absolutely awful. I don't like updates, by the way. They tend to break, especially in OBS. So, wait for me to go on a rampage again, I don't know, in about 10 days, because something stupid broke again. Oh, I love this. Oh, streaming is so much fun. I don't like this. I don't even know how to create a new dog anymore with this. Custom browser dogs? Is this it? I guess. Can I make a new one? I bet I need to... God, I bet I need to log in again. I don't understand that. Why do you have to log in? Not log in, but re-log in constantly on the stuff you have on OBS. It makes no sense. Am I at least logged in, even though this is the awful light mode for Twitch? I think I might. Okay, I have the dog. Can you... There we go. Can you leave me alone at least? Can I move this here? Yes, I can. Hey, that's not too bad. Can I make this dark mode at least? Please? It's destroying my eyes. Oh god, what? Why not? I don't understand. Chat appearance. Then at least give me the timestamps, okay? That's the bare minimum. I don't understand why that's not by default. That's something that never made sense to me. I don't know. I guess I should be more than content enough with something working, right? Make it exist and then fix it later. That's how we do things. Well, I guess so. This is gonna be even more annoying than usual. God, Jeez, why? Music going to work at least? I hope so. Nostalgic Pokemon music with Generation 4 and 5. Let's pray this doesn't break in like 15 to 20 minutes. That's the framework we're using today. God, this is so ass! I don't like this. I don't like this! So annoying! I don't have enough screens for this, and I have 2 screens. So you know it's bad. Okay, where's everything now? Where's everything? It looks different. I don't like this. Why do I have to be punished like this constantly? Please. Okay, let's see. Did I move this back? Tell me I did. Think I did? I don't remember. So this. Oh my god, I cannot read anything here. I don't think I did it properly. Well, what a shame. Speaking of things that don't work, but we also have to suffer through them constantly because this is endless. Fellas, I regret to inform you. 2 more weeks of additional card discourse on the timeline. I may move this to its original place. I forgot to fix this the other day. That's probably fine, right? It is not by my hand that I have seen this on Twitter, so now you have to see it too. And let it be known, once again, that I'm no DMC fan. But I am an Adi Shankar hater, so here we are, I guess. So we have this really scathing and critical tweet from Marshall Behemoth. Here, quote tweeting, quote retweeting, I don't even remember the proper term. Devil May Cry account. Oh, Dante vs. Virgil, brother versus brother. Devil May Cry Season 2 premieres 2026. Only on Netflix, you can keep it. Here we have the response. Let me sum up the plot without any of you having to waste your time on it. America is evil, in many such cases. Demons are innocent victims. Well, if we're seeing anything from this first season, yes, that seems to be the case. Dante and Virgil don't have any real rivalry, other than the fact that they're memed as rivals. This guy acts as a huge fan of the series. I can tell you, this guy knows nothing. And when I, a non-fan, can say such, you know it's bad. Also, let me change something here because I know I missed it, right? Yes, I did. Okay, it's fine. There we go. You know it's bad. Really bad. God probably shows up and is the real big bad. If that happens, it's gonna be big Reddit. Dante and Virgil team up to kill him. Lots of ham-fisted. I don't know what this GWOT means, but I don't know what 9/11 is. References to both. Gamer way over Turkmenistan? I have no clue. I have no idea. And you may think, there's no way. This is that bad, right? It's Adi Shankar, it's the visionary. How is it possible? There's no way it's this bad. We have a random tweet here by this guy, Rodri. Please cancel this. It's not just that the designs are horrible, but the lady is a modern Mary Sue mess, which apparently it was true already in the first season. It completely ruins the entire Devil May Cry story, not just as an adaptation, but it's bad on its own. Even in the 2013 reboot, they never had Dante working for the government. So, apparently Dante's a Fed now, which makes no sense to me. It literally makes no sense. Only both, even in Ivory, his iconic guns and his red coat are weapons from the government. Well, I don't know if the coat is an actual weapon, but you know what I mean, right? It's insane. It's insane to me. No to you. And here we have this image. The grouping is atrocious, but trust me, it's doing you some favors. They will tell you, but at least it looks cool. This looks... I'm assuming this is a screenshot from the trailer. I refuse to watch it, on principle. What do we have here? Ah, it's a little bit too small. This is pretty cool. If you're making fan art as a 15-year-old on DeviantArt, this is a production by Netflix. It's horrible. The art style is just trash. Look at this still. And now, you cannot be like, oh, but it's just mid-action, so it looks strange. No, I don't think so. This is not the Dragon Ball Super thing, and even though Dragon Ball Super also had really bad animation. Speaking of animation, they will tell, oh, but the animation, man. The animation is so good. It's fantastic. It's ass. And they keep releasing the first Castlevania anime. It's not an anime, it's a Western show. But the animation is so good. Wow. Have you seen Trevor vs. Death? I went to YouTube to watch it. It's barely a fight, it's like a couple of minutes. That's big animation for you people? I've seen better animation in Excel, of all things. Once again, the Netflix special. 3-frame loops. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I don't think that's good. And I've seen huge scope with this. Oh, but why are you complaining? Obviously, it's not the same as in the games, even though if it's an adaptation, it should be. At least, mostly the same plot, the same characters, the same characterization, dare I say. Who cares? It's an alternate universe. So because it's an alternate universe, it can be trash? I don't know about all that. And once again, this is Adi Shankar. This guy thinks himself is a genius. This guy is an absolute buffoon. Oh, he's a visionary. You people don't understand the vision. Adi, trust me. We see the vision. But the vision, it's trash. That's why people don't like it. But remember, which I also find kind of funny every single time, it's no surprise when you remember this has been made by an Indian man. I'm not trying to clown on Indians or anything, but it's really easy nowadays. And of course, always takes me back to that fantastic information we all know. On one hand, I hate to be that guy. But more than that, I love to be that guy. This is also a recent tweet, but this is not new information. From the Hindustan Times, so you know it's bad. The penis size of an average Indian when erect, 4 inches, falls among the bottom 4 in the world, along with Thailand, 4 inches, South Korea, and West Korea, 3.8 inches. A new survey of 113 nationalities has found. Maybe that's why they're so mad. Maybe that's why they hate the West so much. Is this the case for Adi? I don't know. He has to go back. Oh, but he might be an American citizen. Well, okay. I've been saying this for months at this point. Exiling, it's a pretty useful tool. I don't know if that's available nowadays. There's also the other article, I don't have it on tab, but it's hilarious. How it's all thanks to Indian men that we have the extra small size for condoms. That would display a lot, wouldn't it? Ah, man. I didn't want to start with this. I did not, okay? But I had to. Because I was mad. I guess double mad. You cannot blame me. It's forever justified. I mentioned that I hate Twitch. Be not afraid, my child. I am not racist to streaming platforms. I am the great equalizer. I hate all of them. Because all of them keep being absolute and unredeemable trash. Unredeemable, speaking of Indians, I suppose. Do not redeem, sir. I don't know if that's a good Indian accent or anything. I have no idea. just trying to be funny, as usual. I've criticized Twitch many times before. I've criticized Twitch a lot recently even, with the bot stuff. Oh, the bots. They're attacking the bots. From what I've seen from other streamers that are actually monetized. Hello, a small streamer here. It's not really bots, especially when the countermeasures for the how to say this. I should explain from the beginning, because I'm all over the place. Apparently, if you're a lurker on Twitch right now, also on YouTube, but it's completely different, but kinda the same. I don't know how that happened. If you don't interact, you don't count as a view, which is a big problem. As we all know, lurkers, hello, it's me, lurker, that's why I know, count for probably more than 50% of watchers, both on Twitch, but especially on YouTube. The thing is, nowadays bots can just copy and paste messages on the chat, and we've seen this before. I've seen people complaining, these bots are copy messages that appeared in the chat like 5 to 10 minutes ago. So clearly this is not working. But on top of that, I'm not saying this is not happening, I'm not sure enough of this, but what I've seen from other content creators, this is not about bots. This is about ads. It's always about ads, at least on Twitch. I'm reserving my judgment of YouTube because I don't know what's going on YouTube. Indians, once again, I suppose. Why is it always Indians? I don't want this to be this way, but it keeps happening. Too many Indians, I guess. What I'm trying to say here is that, from what I've seen, it's not that you stop counting after an hour randomly. It's that you stop counting during ads. That doesn't make any sense to me. First of all, it's not your fault that you're watching ads. You have to watch ads because it's Twitch. If you're monetized, you will be seeing ads. And I guess some people, not everyone, not even Asmongold nowadays, some people make decent money from ads. Sure, I get it. That's why they have the auto ads, like 3 minutes every hour. I'm not a big fan, but I guess I get it. But if things go wrong with those ads, you can fix it partially. Thing is, and I don't know why this is happening, you stop counting as a viewer when the ads are active and you're probably not subbed. Which is kind of strange to me, because I know on some streams at least, you have special ads that let you watch the streaming in really small screen on the top of the chat. So you're actually watching, so it makes no sense to me. I'm assuming this is to penalize people that use ad blocks, even though ad blocks are kind of really scuffed on Twitch. I also criticize YouTube a lot, because YouTube keeps doing strange stuff, like the new also anti-lurker propaganda. They need to be engaged. But I thought Fire Emblem Engage was a bad game, so what the hell? I think, I have no idea, I never played the game. And I have also criticized Kick before. I'm not a big Kick fan, even though I use it. I'm not a big Kick fan, because I've seen some of the things they do, and I don't like them. Probably the biggest is the rampant bots and the spam bots, and you cannot do anything against those, aside from locking the chat, which is really bad and I don't like it. But what happened with Kick this week is absolutely insane. That's completely unredeemable, sir, I'm afraid. I have a couple of articles. I had another one, but my archive page is not working today. It's not good. French streamer. Is this supposed to be John? Jean? I'm not quite sure. It's French, so... It's not John, that's the female name. So I'm gonna say John, like the English name. It might be wrong. Excuse my French, okay? Only 2 years, I don't remember anything. French streamer John Romanov dies in his sleep, age 46. I don't have all of the information here, I'm pretty sure. Which is kind of a shame. I've read a bunch of tweets, didn't say them. That's on me. That's completely on me, because I expect the sites that run these articles to have all of the information, but of course they don't. French streaming star Raphael Graven, cool name by the way. I mean, Graven is a last name, that's kinda cool. I don't know what it means, but it looks cool. Maybe it's because he has Raven. I'm an edgy fuck, what can you say? Better known online. Welcome to the Dark Timeline. Yeah, it's not good. Better known online as John Bromnov has died at the age of 46. He's asleep during a live stream. I'm gonna say this now because that's the next article. The autopsy finds that's not due to drama. Drama? Trauma, my bad. I don't know about that one. Aram died, the timeline shifted for the wars. I guess so. I made this joke many times before. Do you remember how the world was supposed to end in 2012? What happens in 2012? Do you really feel alive? Or is this hell? I don't know, it's not looking good. Current reports from French media, including BFM TV and La Provence. Romanov was found unresponsive overnight on August 17th to 18th at his home in Comtes, Alpes-Maritimes. I mean, that's close to Italy, I guess? I have no idea where this is. I'm assuming from the name. The prosecutor's office in... I think this is Nice, right? It's not nice, that will be English. It's not Nietzsche, that will be Italian, if I'm not mistaken. Has confirmed that an investigation is open, though early findings indicate nothing suspicious. Well, that's suspicious already. Evidence is suspected in the coming days. Well, we have it already, that's for later. Banana... I'm kind of spicy right now, so my tongue cannot keep up with my mind. Happens a lot. Parmanov was a well-known figure in the French streaming scene, with hundreds of thousands of followers across Kick and TikTok. His content ranged from gaming sessions to humiliation streams that sparked controversy, which is probably the biggest takeaway here. Obviously, this is not good. The guy was getting completely abused on camera, yet the French Kick account was promoting this guy, which is really strange. I don't think they're gonna mention it here, but I've seen some, I think it was some tweets mentioning that apparently this guy had like a huge deal with Kick, like 2,000 euros, not a day, an hour. That's a huge amount of money. That's what, 2,200 USD, something like that. I don't know the exchange right now. So this guy was making huge money. This guy was huge for French Kick. So you cannot tell me the guys at Kick didn't know what was happening. Sure, but I think the 2012 thing was just us recognizing that Oswald Spencer's warning of the pre-death crisis of the West had arrived, being in denial for 8 years until COVID happened. That might be a little bit too deep. I don't know anything about that. Oswald Spencer's warning. Is that what I think it is? I'm looking. Okay, the first thing I get is Oswald from Octopath, so I think that's wrong, right? Is it Spengler? That could be a reasonable mistake. Oswald Spengler... this is AI, so... Oswald Spengler's primary warning was that Western civilization was in its final winter phase, destined for decline and collapse. Characterized by the rise of authoritarianism, Caesarism. I thought the Romans were cool, at least with Caesar. The dominance of technology and money over values, and a final period of social and political upheaval. He compared civilization's lifespan to living organisms, progressing through predictable stages from birth, spring, maturity, summer, and old age, winter. What about fall? That's when you fall, I guess. and said the West as having entered this inevitable decline around the year 1800. On one hand, I don't think he's wrong. On the other hand, I think that's avoidable. German guy from the 1930s. Okay. If you're gonna say German guy from 1930s, I'm not thinking about Oswald Spengler. Absolutely not. Yeah, but I think I've read that before. I don't really have, like, how to say this. Like, something huge to say about it. I see the point. I've seen many people comparing Western society nowadays with late Roman Empire. It all goes back to the Romans. And once again, I don't think it's wrong. And there are many things I don't know. I wish I knew more than I do. I wish I did, truly. But apparently this, and let's call it a collapse, the Austrian Empire was German post-World War I. That is true. Technically Austrian, right? Maybe Australia, who knows? Crikey might. But from what I've seen, from people mentioning about that, which I would like to know more once again, but I don't even know where to start my own research, is that this decline has been progressing, some people mention, since the French Revolution. It's the result, and the result is what we have nowadays. Obviously, a bunch of nonsense. Obviously, avoidable. The main issue with all of this is that I can't see how to fix what's happening right now because most people are extremely stupid. I don't know how to fix that. I wish I did. But yeah, I see the comparisons, but I don't know. As you might expect, I don't want society to collapse. It's me. I live in society too. What can you do? It's quite a complex topic. I probably need to do some research, but yeah, I don't know how. I've been getting some snippets here and there, but yeah, more than 200 years. You know what they say about history. Written by the victors. Well, my name is not Victor, so I don't know what to do. Really strange, but I guess all of that's also what makes something like this article here happen, right? Normally, in what we can call normalcy or normal society, this would never happen. But society is deeply broken. I have more on that here. Once again, I do believe that most things are just backwards. I don't know how to fix this. I'm just a small guy here. Let's get freaking through this. I don't know if you want to show the clips though. It's kind of rough. French streamers under fire after John Bromnov dies. According to French media, not only to French media, we can see the clips. John Bromnov was repeatedly subjected to humiliation on stream from his quote-unquote friends, Naruto and Safin. I've seen that Naruto. Yeah, I don't know about that. Prior to his death, the streamer had reportedly endured 10 days and nights of torture. You're gonna tell me something like this doesn't take a toll on your body? Come on now. And you can see the guy here is really thin. This guy seems really frail. Including extreme physical violence, deprivation of sleep, which this can be just fatal, as we've seen. There was a huge outrage. It was last year, I think. I think it was also a Kick streamer that wanted to break the record for staying awake. It was more than 2 weeks. That can kill you. Never do that. Even going a 24 hours when you're older, it's really rough. Your brain cells die and they don't get back. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's why people are so stupid. Ingestion of toxic products. Critics have argued that this environment may have taken a toll on him. You think? Yeah, I think that's probably the case. With clips circulating online sparking outrage in the water community. Disturbing compilation threads showing the streamer being abused and mistreated have gone viral. From Cash control. I guess we can take a look at those. Oh, what a shame. Oh, it didn't come me, what? This party from a gun that no longer exists. Shame. Truly shameful. One message to his mom, reportedly sent a few days before his death. Romanov said he felt like he was being held hostage and was fed up with the streams. Friends, by the way. That's not friendship, that's abuse. Well, literally abuse, even physical, as they have mentioned here. In January 2025, Naruto and Safin were taken into custody on suspicion of producing live videos of the humiliation of vulnerable people before being released the same day of their arrest. Well, well, well. Also, I hate to be that guy, but more than that, I love to be that guy. I've seen how these Naruto and Safin look. They truly look like modern-day French people. So you know what I'm saying, right? This was a disaster waiting to happen. Sadly. France confirms the investigation and quick response. On August 19th, Clara Chapaz, France's Minister of Digital Affairs and Artificial Intelligence? Did you get the minister for that? That's interesting to say the least. Called the ordeal humiliation and mistreatment, confirming a judicial investigation is underway. That makes sense. The death of John Romanov and the violence he endured are an absolute horror, she said. Meanwhile, Kik told the BBC it was urgently reviewing the circumstances of Romanov's death and is working with stakeholders to conduct their own investigation. Stakeholders? What a strange thing to say here. What a strange thing to say. And this kind of extreme content is not uncommon nowadays, I suppose. Which is depressing. It's just depressing. There's no other way to put this. Excuse me. And let's have this with the autopsy. French streamer's death, not due to trauma, autopsy finds. I think they mentioned some sort of heart problem. Sure, are you gonna tell me this abuse had nothing to do with it? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. An autopsy into the death of French streamer Raphael Graven, known online as John Romanov, has found it was not due to trauma, according to the prosecutor handling the case. The content creator, known for streaming live videos on the platform Kick, was found dead at a residence in Cantes, a village north of Nice, on Monday. These people don't even understand, right? This is the BBC. Streaming live videos on the platform Kick. These people are way too old, they don't understand the concept of streaming nowadays. It's kind of funny when you think about it. God damn, my back is killing me. I finally flipped my mattress. I'm sleeping better. But I'm also having a lot of trouble falling asleep. It's the fucking birds, so annoying. They never stop. French government minister Claude Chapaz described his death as an absolute horror and launched a judicial investigation into the circumstances surrounding it. But prosecutor Debian Martinelli, we sure this guy is not Italian? Said on Thursday that medical examiners believed Mr. Graven's death was not traumatic in origin and not related to the intervention of the third party. Okay, I'm not into forensics, right? But I can see a really useful explanation here for them. Not traumatic in origin. That could just mean he was not beaten to death. Sure, he was not beaten to death. I guess we can all agree to that. But the beatings had a negative impact on this guy. Let's be real. Look at this man. He looks really thin. He looks really frail. He was enduring literal torture. I've seen a clip at some point where he was pretty much... I don't want to say pretty much, but it was at least similar to waterboarding, which is actual torture. That's not good. And people kept throwing money for that to happen. That's crazy. That's insane. Look, I'm the first guy to hate the French, but this guy is a victim, okay? I can be balanced too, sometimes. He said forensic doctors had found no internal or external traumatic injuries or burns, only a few bruises and heel lesion. How are you supposed to say this? Yeah, injuries, right? Heel injuries. At first I wanted to say this as lessons, but now it's a different word. Anyway, see what I mean, right? No traumatic injuries. But as we've seen here, where is it? It's up here. Deprivation of sleep, that's going to affect your heart in a really bad way. That's never good. And obviously he was not in a good mental state. That can also help affect your heart. I've seen mentions before of a really strange affliction that can be literally dying from sadness because it literally affects your heart. So, are you gonna tell me that didn't have any effect? Please. But we know the French are completely cocked, and those guys seem to be modern day Frenchmen, so yeah, I don't expect anything, sadly. The probable cause of death appears to be medical and or toxicological, he said. He said further tests had been ordered, and Mr. Gravy may have had a heart issue, in addition to receiving treatment for a problem with his thyroid. Oh, yeah, this can be quite lethal, too. People don't really talk about the thyroids a lot, but if you have a problem there, and it's not treated properly, might kill you, which is never good. The spokesperson for Cake previously told the BBC the company was urgently reviewing the circumstances around his death. Local media reported the 46-year-old had been subject to bouts of violence and sleep deprivation during his dreams. More confirmation of what we know. And died in his sleep during a live broadcast, which is insane to me. Died in his sleep during a live broadcast. That's so morbid, that's crazy. And his friends were trying to wake him up by hitting the guy. Friends, by the way. And I don't have the best friends. I don't think they would kill me on stream. You never know. Don't think they're on that kind of life. On Wednesday, Mr. Martinelli said a number of people present at the time of the incident had been interviewed by police. Equipment and videos have been seized as part of the investigation in order to clarify the events that occurred prior to the death and which may have contributed to it, he said. I mean, sleep deprivation for... Didn't they mention hundreds of hours? Recently? That has really negative effects. People don't really talk about that. It is really bad. It is really, really bad. It's the kind of shit you do when you're young, but you probably shouldn't. So, if you're getting disappointed by life as it is, let me jump around a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit out of order right now, but I guess it's fine. I just need to do this backwards. Sometimes, even though I don't really follow the guy, I get some Asmongold clips recommended on my YouTube, because the guy is massive, and of course, we trail through similar paths, content-wise or commentary-wise. I saw this the other day. It's not good. I mean, the other day, I guess it was yesterday. It's not good. Let me stop the music and let me bring up the video. Oh boy, oh boy. I have my specific YouTube cropping. This is gonna be this. So let's watch this short clip by Asmongold. 1 minute and 22 seconds. This is fucking disturbing. It is. It is really bad. Younger generations are completely fucked. It's insane that something like this is happening. I think this is Max, right? It is.
Gen Alpha is beyond cooked. What is this? Group of 12-year-olds approach an OnlyFans girl and let her know that they goon to her?
This is already insane. This is just the caption. It's already insane. Group of 12-year-olds approach OnlyFans girl and let her know that they goon to her. First of all, we all know that 12-year-olds are watching porn. That's not good. Were they on OnlyFans of all people, of all things? Clearly, I thought that Visa and MasterCard were trying to protect the kids. I'm not so sure anymore, right? Also, I quite dislike this change to language. Goon to her. Gooning was supposed to be something specific. Compulsive masturbation for hours without release. Now it's just cranking your hog. Okay, sure. And the obvious, most strange thing here. Why are you kids telling to a girl you're cranking it to her? We need to bring back shame, but the good kind of shame, with physical punishment at this rate. It's really bad. Yeah, that face is pretty good.
What? What the fuck?
These are the ones who Gucci. These are the ones who Gucci.
Also, take a look at the hairstyle. It's always the same. I was about to say Zoomer. These guys are Ching Alpha, which is even worse. There's this young kid, broccoli hair. It's so ugly.
Yo,
Let's go.
all of them?
No!
Look at these guys.
All of them. All three of them.
Are you good?
All three of them. Goon to her. Are we sure shame is bad? I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
Wait, you gooned her before?
That is fuck.
The only shame here is her. Only the woman is being shamed. Because holy shit, these are kids. Yes. Yes. Yes, they are. But you know what happens when you release content to the internet, especially the spicy one, is there forever.
Winning session.
Goodness. To be fair, I don't think these kids even know what they were talking about. One randomly said, "Gooning session." They probably saw the terms on social media. They're just probably trolling, I guess? It's not a good troll, but I guess it's working for the woman.
I'm 12, but when I stand on my money, I'm 6.
I'm 12, but when you stand on my money, kind of money, you little shit. Your dad's money at best?
I'm 5'4".
I'm 5'4". Whoa. But whenever I stand on my money, I'm 6'6".
But whenever I'm standing on my money, I'm 6'6".
I mean, kid, I know you have a fancy jacket and whatnot. That's your dad talking. You better go work at McDonald's, okay? You need to know what life is about.
6'7".
I gotta admit, that was funny.
That was funny, I don't know. Creative, I guess, but it would be more believable if these were not kids.
And this is one of the things that if any of these people that do like any of these like online content
I love that censorship. Nope. Hilarious.
type stuff, all of it is consumed by minors.
Yes. All of it is consumed by minors, but God forbid you want spicy games on Steam or access to Wikipedia. That's what's happening right now.
There are kids that are watching all of this stuff, and I don't know
Yes.
why they want to deny this or act like it's not happening or whatever reason.
I want bad stuff like flying around my name. I don't want people thinking that I advertise to kids.
Is this her streaming on Twitch? I think that's the case, which is another pipeline that's kind of dangerous. Also, 12-year-olds shouldn't be on Twitch either. That's 13 plus.
Because that is the last thing.
But yes, it is happening constantly. It is happening all the time. So yeah, it's very disturbing. I think so too. Yeah.
Wait, how old are you guys for real?
15. Oh, like
15. There's no way that kid is 15, right? I was 15 at some point. Me and my friends didn't look like this.
I'm
You're
17.
not 15.
There's no way the guy is 17 either. I was 17 at one point. I don't want to tell you.
I literally don't condone any of this.
I don't condone any of this. Sure, that's fair, but you're creating the content.
Yeah, you do, bro. You literally have an account.
You literally have an account. I mean, yes, but it's supposed to be 18 plus. That's the only thing I can say in her defense, which is not a lot. But yeah, the kid is wrong because it's a kid.
Yo.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she's actually condoning it. So yeah, kids nowadays. Oh boy. This didn't happen in my time, sure. People were watching the spicy content anyway. But they didn't have the audacity to act like this. Because of course, they're gonna call you all sorts of names, as they should. But shame is not a thing anymore. Are we sure religion is bad? You say that while not being a big fan for religion anyway. But I don't understand that it's useful. So, since I was mentioning this, let's also talk about Visa and MasterCard. Oh, of course, they're trying to protect kids. They're really not trying to do anything strange at all, right? Sure thing, pal. Sure thing. They're right now trying to save face, I believe. There's a tweet from Honkai Impact 3rd, which is kind of a spicy game. I mean, how spicy can it be when it's Chinese, right? These exclusive web top-up discounts available now. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen this before. 20% off your top-up right away. Join the event. Here for Southeast Asia. Here for Global. Oh, Visa, oh dear. What are you doing? It's real strange. What the fuck? After all this censorship? Are you being held at gunpoint with Visa? I'm trying to save face. Look guys, we're actually cool! Everything is a little bit cheaper. What about the censorship though? Never give them any money if you can avoid it. And I understand that in some places, not being able to use both Visa and MasterCard is a big problem, because what the fuck else are you going to use? I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna say it. I'm pretty sure my card is MasterCard. I don't think I have an alternative. Americans are a little bit better on this, because they have, what's the name? American Express? Which, I mean, it's different, right? We also have this thing here. You're getting eaten alive. 39 likes. 338 replies. More than 20 times, about 20 times. This is a tweet from Visa. Because the first ever Visa pre-sale draw deserves moment in the spotlight. Snaps from our celebration at FIFA World Cup at the Visa Payments Vault in Washington DC. And picture we have Alex Ilalas from Fox Sports, US soccer legend. Amy Hopfinger, Hopfinger, what a name. Jeff Benson, strategy officer. Football World Cup 26, I guess? Bobby Thompson, Visa head of Global Government Affairs. Eduardo Coelho, Visa original president of LAC. Well, they're lacking good PR, that's for sure. You can be a part of the action too. Visa Credit, Visa Debit, and reloadable Visa Prepaid card holders can enter the Visa pre-sale draw between September 10th and 19th. Purchased to buy FIFA World Cup 26 tickets. Apply to enter at this here. Please check them out. Acting like a publisher, tend to break up this monopoly. Fair. I know from this guy. I won't watch FIFA World Cup unless FIFA publicly distance themselves from Visa, which censors content at its whim. But the sports ball, the FIFA and whatnot, are also really into censorship, as we've seen, I think it was 2 weeks ago, in Italy. The Great Firewall, oh, you cannot pirate the football. Okay, why is this affecting literally everything on the internet? Hold up, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't, because it's not about piracy, it's not about protections. It's all about control, as usual. And this shit keeps happening, right? All around the globe, which is never good. Why is it all around the globe? I thought Earth was flat. I guess flat is also not allowed. Let's have this thing from Automaton. Japan's Nico Nico sees paid subscriptions decline following credit card restrictions. An adult content crackdown. Adult content crackdown on Nico Nico, which as far as I know is like kind of YouTube. That's all I've seen of Nico Nico. If they have spicy stuff, I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean it's not there. There's also really strange stuff on YouTube if you know how to look. For 9 months, all credit card payment options except for JCB were suspended on Nico Nico, one of Japan's large video platforms. I think we read about this before, right? Sounds familiar. Kadokawa? Don't they belong to Sony now? That's really suspicious. Oh, the fucking globalist propaganda, man. What the hell? Leave me alone. Kadokawa's financial results for the first quarter of the fiscal year ending March 2026 revealed that overall revenue from its major video streaming platform Nico Nico has been on a decline. From Otaku Soken. This looks familiar. I think I've read something on the site at some point. The company attributes this primarily to a recent decrease in premium paid subscriptions, caused by credit card payments being suspended on the platform for months. Well, yeah, if you cannot pay, what are you supposed to do? As a user, obviously. I mean, if you won't let me pay you, I cannot pay you, you're gonna get less money. That's really obvious, right? Don't need to explain it any further. Although the most recent quarter saw subscriptions rebound slightly, with premium members growing by 5,000 to 994,000, it is still a far cry from past figures. Still on the impact of the June 2024 Kadokawa cyber attack, I don't remember that, which resulted in extraordinary losses for Nico Nico in the previous fiscal year. The company admits that membership numbers have remained below the 1 million mark for the second consecutive quarter, leading to an overall decline in revenue. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But that's kind of the point, right? Well, you're not receiving as much money, so now you have to police your site better. You have a bunch of content that we, the card companies, don't like, so we have to take that out so you can be paid again. Literally the same as Steam, literally the same as itch.io, literally the same as fucking Pixiv, DL site? I want to say Melon Books, but I'm not sure about Melon Books. Maybe Melon Books. Because that's not allowed. Is it illegal content? Well, no, that's why we are not calling the police on you. But it's content we don't like, and we have the power. It is insane to me that there are no laws about that. There are probably laws about it, but they're not being enforced. Oh, because the damage to my reputation. Do you really think acting like this is not damaging both Visa's and MasterCard's reputation? Yes, it is. But they don't care, because it's not actually about reputation, it's about control. Man, such cases. Well, the number has been slowly dwindling this past few years. 2016, 2017 saw premium members peaking at 2.5 million, that's a lot. Kadokawa attributes the more recent decline to the temporary suspension of international credit cards on Nico Nico. From May 2024 to February 2025, no credit cards except for JBC were available as payment options on the site, which Kadokawa thinks has driven some members away. Yes. Also, 2016 to 2017, 2.5 million, that's a lot. If it's going down, maybe you're not having the best content on Nico Nico, because I guess the tubers wanna be on YouTube. I don't know about Japan. I think they do Bilibili, which is Chinese. I don't know about Nico Nico tubers. That could be interesting to explore at some point. Nico Nico has since revised its terms of use and action guidelines, as well as effectively banned all adult content. Say what I mean. Not pre-read, by the way. And reinstated the Visa brand credit card payment option. Despite this move, the 9-month lull during which potential premium subscribers could not pay using their Visa credit cards may have done irreparable damage to the streaming service. 9 months is a lot for a subscription. So maybe they're right now just going for free, or going to different sites, which, once again, it makes sense. Nico Nico's current plans are to continue to implement mechanisms that will sustainably produce exclusive creators on the platform, and to create opportunities for these creators to be active globally. That seems like a good idea, but at the same time, it's gonna become a shit show. YouTube too, probably. He also wants to maximize licensing revenue, specifically from original music made by Nico Nico creators. That could be interesting. I do believe they could win a lot by opening themselves up to the West. They can also lose a lot by opening themselves up to the West. It's a double-edged weapon, sadly. Not much that can be done about it. But they're in a really rough situation right now. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. All because of the fucking cards. Not only because of the cards, but it was a big hit. But I guess some people in the West are actually selling a lot, right? People wouldn't lie to me. From Synth Potato, which apparently is just a huge shield, imagine that. Assassin's Creed Shadows is officially the best-selling new game of 2025 in Europe. Lamau. Never has there been a more fake outreach than what was around this game. Sales truly proving they were just the loud minority, and most didn't even play video games. Good game overall too. I've seen clips. This game is ass, and it's completely broken. What are you talking about? Almost like internet outreach don't matter. Look. Shares for Ubisoft collapsed when this game released, so you know it's bad. Ubisoft is pretty much dead at this point, so this game was not good. But you don't have to trust me. I have more data. Yeah, we'll see about that. As a data manipulation is done to bullshit people. New game and in Europe, narrowing it down specifically for this title. Just like before, someone claimed it was a bestseller in its release week for US retail. Only comes from a relevant wing over 5% of total sales. You can't really see anything here, it's kind of pixelated. I think it's... yeah, it's here. Let me put this up. And as we can see here, Assassin's Creed Shadows just on the bottom. And this might be because they mention in Europe, not because it's sold in Europe, but because the game released from a European company. That might be the case. We have Koei, Krafton, Funcom, Agrocrab, 2K, PlayStation Publishing, Bethesda, FromSoft, Rockstar, TVGS, which is Schedule 1, Semiwar, Kepler Interactive, Deep Silver, EA, and Capcom. All of these sold more, but all of these are from outside the... from Europe. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So even Big sold more, that's crazy. Even Dynasty Warriors Origins, which you don't really hear anything about the game anyway. Ah, that's the image here. Okay, I made a mistake. It's fine. Here we have from theBigGameBusiness.com. However, although most major publishers share their data, smaller publishers are typically absent from this chart. Nintendo also doesn't share its first-party digital data with GSD either, and Nintendo always sells because it has a custom fan base, even when the games are bad. As a result, sometimes a big game ends up missing from the chart. For this one, you'll notice Expedition 33 is not on the top 20, nor are Schedule 1, Repo, or Peak, which were all successful in the games on Steam. How curious. And... oh god, yeah, this is fucking hilarious. Even the pricing in Europe is a lie. The data comes from 15 out of 50. If we will count only countries with capital in Europe, we have 44 countries and in EU 27. So only 15 countries in Europe, and here we can say, I guess this is Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, guess that makes sense, Germany. This should be probably Norway, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and with the EU, I'm assuming it's Ukraine. It's a best-selling new game before the new FIFA releases next month, because the last year's outsold AC Shadows already this year. Lumao, that's hilarious. From selected publishers, sold in some countries in Western and Northern Europe. See, it's sold a lot. It's the best-selling game in my home, so it has to be good, right? That's insane to me. Toxic positivity like that is doing more harm to the product, which is actually good for us. I mean, Europe isn't exactly known for constantly good judgment. Yeah, I guess so. But the bitchy was huge this year. The gulp is real. Sweet potatoes, a fucking loser shield 99% of the time. Sad to see, honestly, just sad to see. And we all know that there are games that sold way more than this, right? And once again, when they keep saying players instead of sales, that's a big problem. Because we all know, probably most of these players didn't buy the game. I wonder why. So what do they have here? I guess, speaking of money, right? We're speaking about Steam censorship a little bit. So let's get onto this thing. So I'm running around a little bit this past week, couple of weeks maybe. I don't like it. I hate microtransactions. In theory, they can be good, and sometimes they're actually good. Okay, but most of the time they're used for evil. Because why wouldn't you? That's also a huge criticism that I have of the live service model. In theory, it's been made so you have games with even more content and lasting longer than they should. But what you have nowadays is the AA and AAA version of early access. Yes, the same early access that Steam has, it's just ass. A good example of that would be, God, Monster Hunter Milds. $70 for a barely functioning game. Oh, but it's gonna be good eventually when you buy the expansion. So you're gonna tell me I need to keep spending money and waiting for years for the game to finally be good? That's a cope. That's a cope. That's how my friends play Settlers of Catan, okay? It never works. They're fucking gremlins. They're lying to you. I will know. But the thing is that microtransactions are so pervasive nowadays that it's impossible to get rid of them. And it's not gonna happen. From the games industry.biz. Newsu. Well, that is a Newsu, that's for sure. North American gamers spending average of 325 USD annually. Wait, hold up. They actually lied to me. These were supposed to be microtransactions, so I don't know what's going on here. North American Europe drive 46% of global gaming spending. So, did they lie to me? Maybe they did. This was supposed to be spending on microtransactions, not just on gaming. This is not pre-read, so this is gonna be a fact check in real time, I suppose. Getting used to that, I think. North American players spend an average of 325 USD on gaming annually, accounting for 28% of global market spending, a new report has found. Okay, I can't believe that. That makes sense. I mean, 325 USD is what, 4 games, 5 games if you're lucky. It's not a lot when you think about it. Published on August 12, 2025, the report by Newzoo and Debex analyzed player behavior and payment trends in the West. We need to go to this. We might need to go to that. According to the findings, the West games market is seeing slowing player growth, which a 1.1% compound annual growth rate in North America and 3.1% increase, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, growth rate. In Europe between 2023 and 2027. As such, Newzoo and Debex recommend studios shift from acquiring new players to maximizing value from existing ones. Are they trying to say microtransactions with this? I don't know about that. The report found that the global market size is 129 billion USD, up 3.4% year on year, with North America accounting for 28% of that total and Europe making up 18%. Okay. Well, North America and Europe has only 20% of players. 3.54 billion. It's impossible for North America and Europe to have 3.54 billion players. It doesn't make any sense. You don't have that many people, not even half of that. The regions together account for 46% of global spending. So that's actually a huge red pill for games companies, because they keep trying to appeal to people, sure, a lot of people, that don't spend a lot or don't spend anything. So that's really strange. As well, the report found that North America leads in annual spend per player, with gamers spending an average of 325 USD each year. Okay. European players spend almost 3 times less, with an average of 125 USD. I mean, you need to be hustling, right? Cumulatively, Western gamers, 170 USD, spend more than 3 times what Eastern gamers, 51.60 USD, do on average. That appears to be the case. I mean, sure, Asian Pacific, a lot of people, but at the same time, it's not a lot, right? It's 48% of players. I don't think it's 48% of revenue. I don't know if they're gonna keep expanding on that. The motivations behind player spending in these regions also differ. 34% of North American players spend money to unlock exclusive content, while 29% do so on personalization / character customization. Okay. So, are they trying to say that 63% of North American players spend on microtransactions? That wouldn't be correct. Because that's 34% and 29%, and there's gonna be an overlap. That's really obvious. Also, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to spend money to unlock exclusive content, right? Some DLC is actually fair. 29% on character customization, though, that's death penalty. In Europe, 28% of players prioritize deals and offers. Only 28%? What about the hustle culture, man? With 21% valuing ad-free experiences. The report suggests that discounted bundles and subscription models can increase conversion in this region. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, dude, Steam sales are really good. What can you say? I keep mentioning this, right? I haven't even played the games. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Because holy shit, getting the achievements in Vagrant Story is being so fucking difficult. 30 chain is so difficult to do. It's only 10 points. God damn it. Also, there are some of them that are really time consuming. Not even half done with some of them. It's really, really bad. But past the Steam sales, I saw a bundle and I was like, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to like this game. A friend of mine liked it for what it is. God Eater. It's been described to me as Digimon Monster Hunter. And since Monster Hunter killed itself, maybe it would be a good idea to invest in God Eater. 3 games for $7. That's pretty good. Normally that bundle, without sales, would be $100. Yeah, I like more than 90% sales. That's pretty good. So why wouldn't I abuse Steam sales, right? Still had to play The Witcher 3 at some point. I had a game, bought the DLC. I guess it was like $7 to $10 back then. Yeah, I tried to play the first game. I think it's for me, man. It's a little bit too convoluted. I'm not peeling it. The report also found that there's diversity in player spending patterns between regions. In North America, 27% of players invest in content packs, power-ups, and in-game currencies, 24% by subscriptions, and 23% purchase battle passes. There has to be a huge overlap here. You cannot add this percentage together and say about 70% of the Americans. No, that doesn't make any sense. European gamers, on the other hand, spend the most on in-game currencies and content packs. God fucking damn it. It's the football games, isn't it? Are you ready for some football? Football! It's really bad. That's worse than a casino. They spend huge amounts of money, like gacha cards every single year, because every single year you have a new game with new gamba. It's really bad. I don't think that's good for the business. Well, it's good for the money they make, but that's it. 21% each, 20% of subscriptions, and 18% on gear and time-saving features. I hate this. I need to come up at some point with a good script, because I want to make the... It's gonna be 2 videos. What about microtransactions? It's gonna be really obvious. And what about convenience in video games? I think that's gonna be really interesting, if I can properly explain what I mean. I hate using Pokemon games as examples, but they're really good examples usually, okay? You cannot blame me for that. But I haven't come up with a good script yet. I need to strike my muses. Need to have an actual relaxing shower. It's not happening recently. The research also reveals that microtransactions drive 49% of PC and 52% of console revenue in North America, with shooters the favorite genre. Okay, it doesn't mean it's 49% or 52% of players. We all know about the whales, after all. In Europe they drive 42% of PC and 51% of console revenue, with sport the top genre. But the fact did they tell you? It's the fucking football. Mobile, however, is near 100% in-game revenue. Fucking fun games, dude. I still play Dokkan Battle because I like Dragon Ball. I'm a fucking nerd, what can you say? I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was a real small kid. It was about 3, 4 maybe when I started watching Dragon Ball. I still like Dragon Ball to this day. Is it flawed? Yes it is. Is it cool? Yes it is. That's good enough for me. But I'm not gonna spend any money, and I don't see myself really playing more gacha games at this point in time. They're the bane of society at this point. The report goes on to recommend that companies can significantly increase average transaction value in Western markets by offering alternative payment methods, such as buy now, pay later, and cryptocurrency. Oh, jeez. Without sacrificing transaction volume. What about selling products? Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Today's players want to know what they're paying for and why. Says Liam Wiltshire, the Brexit head of payments and compliance. How you monetize matters more than ever. So, I'm assuming they're... Oh, fuck off. Yeah, I'm not subscribing to that. I'm assuming there's a lot of misinformation in this case, which I don't like. Sure, I'm the first guy to bash on microtransactions and people not only spending, but overspending on pretty much what is trash or nothing, or they should have been the base game, and initial criticism. But that doesn't mean that is 49% of players or 52% of players. That's the revenue, which is much different. I do believe the revenue is still way too high because you're not getting enough for your buck. But that's a different issue. Golly, fucking hate microtransactions. And, well, they keep calling them microtransactions, but at times you need to step back and say, this is not a microtransaction, this is a macro transaction. It's really big. I mentioned many times, once again, Dragon Ball, right? The newest Dragon Ball DLC for Kakarot. It's the Daima DLC. It's like $35. It's a lot. It's almost twice the base game nowadays, because the base game is like 20. But not only that, I've read recently, I don't know if it's the case or not, because I don't know how how that game works anymore. But apparently there's a really expensive another, I suppose, League of Legends skin going around. Just a skin. I think some people mentioned it was like $60. I thought the Pulsefire, the first big expensive skin, it's released like 2012. It's been a billion years. It was really expensive already. It was more than $20. That's crazy to me. Most expensive skins. I'm looking here. Not the ones that are not available to be bought. Yeah, legendary skin. 429 USD. 429 for a fucking skin in game, by the way. Okay, these are limited releases. What else did they mention here? Yeah, these are gonna be just limited now. So, maybe it was a thing of currency has changed. It was the same skin, perhaps. Once again, like $30 for a skin, for a single character in a fucking online game. It's insane to me. Do we need to go back to the horse armor thing? It's not good. I don't like that one. That was Oblivion, right? Some people will say, the beginning of the end. Well, that was bad. That was bad for sure. But at the same time, it was already happening in other parts of the world. Because people don't really know the cancer that was Maple Story. I only read a little bit about it. I'm not a sage in that. I only played a little bit of Maple Story. It was a private server. Read more, Maple Story 2. How did the game die so soon? Well, it was really easy. Just gain a level, and then we will give you 2 for free. It was a fun summer, I suppose. What a shame. What a shame. But I guess we need to keep talking about Steam a little bit, right? Instead of people talking about this article this week, it's really a bunch of nonsense. It is with great displeasure that I had to use the actual site for The Gamer, which I don't like. But when I was looking for an archive yesterday, this article changed a lot since its release, and it released August 8th, so you know things are bad. Steam's content removal could be a wider consequence of Project 2025. Same Project 2025, that's a fucking hoax, I suppose. That's insane to me. World of video games is currently undergoing a seismic wave of censorship. Over the last few weeks, payment processors, thanks to a group called Collective Shout, have been putting pressure on game distribution services to remove adult games. Both Steam and itch.io have fallen foul of the campaign, which has seen hundreds of games removed or restricted on the platforms. While gamers are banding together to fight the censorship, and some platforms like GOG are remaining defiant, good ability, which is kind of a lie because they also censor stuff they didn't like back in the day, so I guess they're not as bad in that regard. What started as a fight against games that included rape and incest, you don't need to censor yourself. You're your own website. God, I hate when they do that. Got evolved into full-on war against video games as a whole, with Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row seeing as being at risk. It's kind of funny they mention Saints Row when the game is completely dead. Thank you, Saints Row 2023? I don't remember. That thing completely killed the company. It was 2022, right? What a shame. Make a good game next time. Let me take a sip here. To jog a little bit. You know how it is. Although Collective Shout is seen as the torchbearer of this campaign, it seems like the root of the censorship goes further back. With a video from almost exactly a year ago, featuring US government official Russell Vought expressing his plans to implement a national ban on pornography. That is nothing new. Yeah, that is nothing new. But that doesn't mean... First of all, they can do it. Because this is the US and they say national. I thought you people had states' rights. Wasn't that one of the big points of the Civil War? I thought that was the case. And that doesn't mean people agree with the guy. With people here, I mean the voter base. Because as we all know, government officials are really old and you're not getting them out. Also, do not forget that Collective Shout has been trying to censor games for more than a decade, and they call themselves feminists. We all know that feminists are not the right wing. Game censorship have been a wider part of Project 2025's plans. Project 2025 is not real. I don't know how many times do I have to say this. It's not real. People keep saying that, oh my god, Trump is gonna follow Project 2025. And the only time I've seen Trump talk about it, he was like, I don't know what it is. Or something like that, so yeah, no, it's just a fucking think tank, okay? It means nothing. Russell Vought is a conservative political analyst and government official serving as the director of the Office of Management and Budget. Well, that's a suspicious role to be in. He's one of the central figures in the creation of Project 2025, an initiative designed to force right-wing political policies into law in the United States. Good luck if you don't have the approval of the president. Much of Project 2025's wish list has started to come into play, with mass deportations, a ban on DEI programs, and changes to energy and climate change policies in effect. And the program also suggests banning pornography and shutting down tech and telecom companies that allow access to adult material, which is where we are at now. Okay, but I mean, to be fair, the right wing has been going on with mass deportations, ban on DEA programs, and changes to energy and climate change policies for a long time, because it's to oppose the other side. Also, some of these are just blatantly criminal, okay? Why wouldn't you deport illegal immigrants? It only makes sense. Why would you allow programs that are racist and sexist in nature, and they drive huge amounts of money, but don't drive in business actually, and don't have me start on climate fucking change, okay? What a fucking hoax. Not necessarily a hoax, but I do remember, I've seen so much stuff lately. It's truly insane. What about the climate? What about the fucking climate? You look back and you see, oh, but look at this. Oh wow, this is really strange. Oh wow, this is really strange. So now it's about climate change, but not too long ago it was global warming. But not too long ago it was global cooling? What are you trying to say here? How many cities have been completely destroyed in the past 30 years? How many of those actually got destroyed by the climate? None of them, I think. Bunch of lies. And a lot of people are against just banning shit. I don't understand that in control for kids. That's always a problem. That's always a problem. Holy shit. First shared on Reddit, an undercover video from the Intercept released on August 16th, 2024, Says about aligning his plans for an outright ban on adult material. That's a single guy. That's the immediate fight leverage point that we can win that allows the next fight to get more of a win than we could have, Bot says. We came up with an idea on pornography to make it that so porn companies bear the liability for underage use, as opposed to the person who visits the website. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Also, if it's a website, where are the parents? How many times do I have to say this? Come on. We got a number of states that are passing this, and the porn company then says, you know what? I'm not doing business in this state. Which, of course, is entirely what we want, he continues. We would have a national ban on pornography if we could. That doesn't mean people agree with this. Yes, there have been porn bans on different states of the USA. But they don't amount to much. Oh look, people are not watching Pornhub, what a victory! Yeah, there are billions of porn sites on the internet. Good luck with that. Literally, good luck with that. And I've seen a lot of people oppose those bans from both sides. Because people don't like bans, okay? People don't like them. Which makes sense. So how does this tie into what's happening now? Part of that on pre-2025's plans are to remove Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, CDA. This law currently protects platform holders, providing immunity for any content uploaded to said platform that third-party users created. What are you talking about? I think you're mixing some stuff here. What this does, because I've been reading about this for, I don't know, half a decade at this point. Yes, it protects platform holders, providing immunity for any content uploaded to said platform that third-party users created, as long as they don't act as editors. But as we've seen, time and time again, because it has been happening for I don't know how many years at least on YouTube, platforms like YouTube keep getting protections from Section 230, but they keep acting as editors, which is illegal. That's why people want to remove this. If you're not gonna respect the boundaries of the law, they're not gonna do that either. By removing Section 230, platform holders like Steam will be liable for any illegal content uploaded to the platform, as opposed to those creating and uploading said content. Oh no, do you have to add some sort of legality filter? What a shame. That shouldn't be too difficult, right? If Steam were found guilty of hosting this content, the company could be hit with huge fines. Therefore, Steam, Itch, and many other platforms will likely place a blanket ban on any illegal content, mitigating any risk of fines or other legal action. This is pointed out on Reddit, of fucking course. What the fatal forms of user-generated content, including fan art, mods, and videos, not just games themselves. Even the prospect of Section 230 protections being ended is likely to embolden groups like Collective Shout to move forward with their rhetoric, which has brought us to the situation the video game space finds itself in. Any game held in fine companies like Steam have shown against these changes, the signs are ominous. What are you talking about? They're not using Section 230. They're using payment processors as a weapon, which is completely different. Okay, that's about prohibition. Congratulations to the MAGA folk, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I think this might be a little bit spicy. No likes, what a shame. Crap like this is just as manipulative. Everyone blames everyone else without any actual accountability. Don't tell me MasterCard, who was laundering money to migrant caravans, which are global and only affecting westernized nations with particular standards/values, each step of their way is a carrot to dangle and an excuse to hide behind or financially attack enemies of certain political parties, are no Puritans out to protect whatever BS victim they want to play on our heartstrings or make angrier. This isn't about 2025, it's about 2030. Oh, this guy knows. It's not a coincidence this pushing using payment processors as plausible deniability, while we get digital ID and censorship shoehorned without ever being asked by the same people who scream democracy. Holy shit, this guy knows a lot. It's about the created future, the elitists, more like the elites, more like the globalists. What for the rest of us, where we are all made into renters, well, they're the owners. Look who became the figurehead of the World Economic Forum, and the thing he said. Yes, fucking Larry Fink. Aside from the fact he and BlackRock were instrumental in forcing every business they have by the balls to accept DEI as a new norm. Holy moly, this guy knows a lot. Oh yes, that's correct. And they're just using a mumbo jumbo of talking points here to try and attack all the evil right wing. I mean, sure, we can all disagree with different political parties. I think that's more than fair. I wouldn't want a party that has all of my values unless I made it. That would be really, really strange. But at the same time, you're mixing a bunch of stuff that I don't think it's happening, my dude. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I'm gonna say this is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, because let's be real. The first ones to start the censorship crusade were you people, not the right wing, the extreme left. Oh, this is not allowed. This is so dangerous. Oh, this is racist. This is sexist. This is this and that. But it's fiction, though. But it's fiction. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you anymore. What else do we have here? A bunch of links. They have some shorter stuff, though. It should be good. Oh, God, I saw this the other day. What is this woman talking about, dude? By Alyssa Mercante, so you know it's bad. The proliferation of soul slags can be directly correlated to an increasing right-wing ideologies in nerd subculture. Don't at me. Oh! Anyone saying, what about COD, Call of Duty, not the fish, isn't realizing that video games structured into two dominant male groups, Alpha Jack FPS gamers and beta Get Good Souls players. The latter is much more intrinsically tied to certain intellectual fascist ideologies, the former array nationalism. What? Maybe I have two drinks, I guess. Holy shit. Not even touching the weird gacha shit. Admittedly about it, I don't know too much about it, but would definitely entertain some combos. This woman was supposed to be a writer. Where are the comments? Please, I beg of you. Where are the comments? I like Elden Ring and FPS games, guys, but the last year plus of game trailers and major events has been Souls-likes and gacha shit, and it's telling. It has nothing to do with ideology. Has nothing to do with right-wing ideology. I don't know what she means by this. It's games being hard and punishing, which is nothing new. Do you want games to be hard and punishing? Go back. Go back to the 80s. Go back to the 90s. Play those games. Play the first Mega Man games. Yeah, those are punishing. Ghosts and Goblins. Those games are also really punishing. Not unfair necessarily, but punishing nonetheless. Thing is, I kinda meant to make this into a video at some point, but I guess it's not going to happen. It's not about Souls-like being right-wing. It's about all action games being Souls-like, because Souls-like games sell, so every action game has to be Souls-like. It's not about ideology, it's about we're copying a formula that sells. That's literally what's happening here. Last year plus of game trailers and major events being Souls-likes and gacha shit, because they make money. That's what it is. There's nothing more than that. And most of these games are actually ass, and people will tell you, yes, these games are ass. But I guess when you're so deep into the Kool-Aid, you don't even know what you're talking about anymore. It happens a lot, doesn't it? And I guess that happens a lot. We also have Disney here. Disney's present creatives in Hollywood to pitch ideas for original movies targeted towards Gen Z young men, which makes sense. Won't someone please think of the Gen Z males? Matt Braley, creator of Disney's Amphibian and Cat Worshipper. Oh boy. Once you think of the males, it's not because they're guys. It's because they're really relevant demography that you're not catering to. That's where you're losing money. It doesn't have to be hyper testosterone shows or anything like that. But what you're making is just letting these people's over the head with the political stick, okay? So they're not going to like it. It's all about strong independent women. Like, okay, I don't know. Could we have shit, cool animals, cool dinosaurs, cool robots maybe? Maybe. But they don't want. They don't want to. This is currently the most valued demographic and the one that makes the most money. Has your own show and works for Disney. You should know this. But why the man specifically? The guy literally told you. Most valued demo fucking graphic. How fucking obtuse can you be? Well, when you're a clown, everything is difficult. So no wonder anime and manga are having a lot of success. But maybe that success is also bad. This is from a week ago. Program staff feel a sense of stagnation in Japanese anime scene, once against chasing Western trends. Oh boy, imagine that. Imagine that. Japanese animation should remain Japanese? Yes. Because racism? No, because it's unique. If I wanted Western trash, I would watch Western trash. I watch Japanese stuff because it's different. It's that easy. And as the Japanese anime industry is population crisis-driven effort to grow their overseas audiences, Freerun, Beyond Journey's End director Keiichiro Saito and producer Takashi Nakame have expressed concerned plays guys, proofreading, and the tendency seen in some of their peers to chase Western trends, particularly as they believe this focus underserves the potential of the overall medium. Whoa! Pits for free! They know what's good. Saito and Nakame offer their thoughts on the current state of anime, I guess? During a recent joint interview given to Japanese news outlet Manta Web, following their selection as candidates for the Global Anime Challenge. For its official website, Global Anime Challenge is a 3-year program funded by Agency for Cultural Affairs. Its purpose is to nurture the Japanese anime industry's next generation of the creatives. 6 talented young animators, producers, and directors will be selected to experience internships at world-class studios outside of Japan for 3 months. And that's not necessarily bad, right? People do that in all sorts of jobs, I suppose. Then there are to develop concept trailers to be presented at the world's top animation exhibition, events such as NES International Animation Film Festival in France, as well as Anime Expo in the USA. We can keep the bit there, right? In opening the interview, a smashing translated by Deep L, the pair were asked as to why they chose to join the program, to which Nakame took the lead and answered, "It's a bit vague, but I felt a sense of stagnation in the Japanese anime production environment, and then when I was thinking about trying something different from what I had done before, I heard about the opportunity to learn about overseas production sites and became interested, which is fair. I don't know if it will directly resolve the issues I'm currently facing, but I decided to join because I thought it might be a starting point for something." Likewise, Saito recalled, "I was thinking about studying abroad to learn a language when Nakame invited me to join. Like Nakame-san, I also feel a sense of stagnation in the current anime industry, and when I thought about how I would proceed in the industry in the future, I was interested in things other than what I had been doing so far, so I decided to participate. I mean, if what you do works, you actually don't need to change. Whoa, holy shit, fit for free. They know what they're doing. From there, press it whether they intend to use their upcoming indication within service of making a pilot film. The referring anime duo confirmed that while that was their plan, they were still... Dude, please! You're missing a lot of words in this article. What's going on? It's way worse than usual. We have here Saito. We haven't decided on the specifics yet. But since we've given this opportunity, I feel like we should challenge ourselves. So we can manage our own AP, we might be able to create a big trend. We'll have to think about the direction we want to take in the future. Nakami. When it comes to creativity, there are some things we want to know until we actually try them. But since it's rare to have our own AP, I have a big idea that we want to do something more than just make anime. Saito. As mentioned in the courses, should we aim for something like the Academy Awards in the US, targeting something that will be widely accepted? Or should we go for something more niche? I thought it was nice. Different place. We need to think about that too. With Japanese anime playing a major role in the overseas market, I've been thinking about how to proceed. Even before participating, I had a vague idea of using my own work to build connections overseas, so I want to study communication as well. What? Fit for free? Scan along. It's fine. We can get the feed. We can get the feed. We can get feed for free. On the topic of strengthening and expanding global communication via their art, when asked as to why they felt was important when promoting Japanese anime to the world, Saito and Nakame both pointed to the medium's unique identity, particularly in terms of the broad range of stories and art styles they can offer, which they felt was currently being underserved thanks to studios trying to chase Western audiences, and at the same time you have the West trying to chase the anime style and failing completely. Don't have me bring up Devil May Cry again. Please. From Saito. I have had the opportunity to attend overseas conventions and interact with overseas fans, and I have a vague feeling that the Japanese anime that overseas fans are enthusiastic about may be slightly biased. Maybe. I feel that popular things are still popular, and there's a major trend. I also feel that this could lead to a disconnect between the creators and the fans. Because the trend is so strong, focusing too much on it can make the aspect of anime too dominant. Before that happens, I feel it's important to promote the diverse appeal of anime to the world. I want to create works that can attract global attention through various approaches. I see many people trying to kinda do that. And I understand being inspired by anime is pretty cool, but at the same time, if you're in the West, don't tell me you're making anime or manga. If you want to say Japanese inspired, that's more than fair, that is actually true and real. But it's not anime, it will not be anime, and it will not be manga, which is fine, it's actually absolutely fine. It's gonna be Western, but maybe you can also show you can make Japanese-inspired Western productions without having to co-opt naming conventions. I guess they're also trying to get on the bandwagon of anime and manga being really popular nowadays. From Nakami, I feel the same way. Japanese anime tends to be treated freely, but within that freedom, there may be a certain bias. It would be more interesting if there were more variety. It's easy to get caught up in the mainstream, and while that's necessary for the work itself, I think it's important to consider various aspects. Finally, in terms of what they hoped to glean from their upcoming internships at overseas studios, the director and producer affirmed that, simply put, they wanted to learn new perspectives with which they could inject new life into the Japanese anime scene. It could be double-edged sword, or double-bladed sword even. From Nakami. I haven't decided where yet, but I plan to go for about 3 months. It seems long, but it's actually short. I'm looking forward to learning about how they work differently from Japan, including their work style. They're probably gonna be really disappointed, especially if they end up in places that work for the likes of Netflix. From Saito, personally I have issues, challenges and future goals that I want to solve, and I want to find ways to solve them and gain new perspectives. I'm interested in the differences between post-production and pre-production in Japan and overseas, and I want to explore ways to combine the best aspects of both Japan and overseas to create something different from what has been done in Japan so far. Different meaning better, I hope. Something different doesn't mean it's good, as usual. Rather than creating something completely unknown as a work, even if it's the same kind of work as before, the content might be completely different. Ooh, I don't know about all that. From Nakami. An extension of what we've done before, but I want to create while thinking, not just going through the motions. In that sense, there should be something new that can be created. From Saito again. While the best outcome might be no change, I believe it's important to gain the perspective that hasn't existed before. I guess that's fair. And finally from Nakami. That's right, expanding our horizons will inevitably lead to some changes. Until now, we weren't even at the stage where we could consider such things, so it's interesting that we can now think for ourselves. Give this man a medal because he gets it. I mean, it depends, right? We can have it for a little bit. It kind of depends. I don't think learning is bad, obviously not. I would never be that guy. But at the same time, they may teach you wrong. Not necessarily on purpose, but kinda on purpose. You need to differentiate between the things that are actually good and what they tell you is good. Because let's be real, Western productions have been flaming and failing for quite a while. So, yeah, I don't know about all that. Get a new perspective, good. But at the same time, you know, the West kinda ass nowadays. Getting kinda thirsty now, holy shit. I need to refill my bottle later. My bottle of water! Bottle of water! I'm not Australian, crikey. But there's more to this, right? There's another component to this. From Anime Corner, this is from a couple of days ago. I feel a sense of crisis. Anime studio founder fears the large number of anime, disarming passion to create original works. That could be the case. I'm seeing a lot of push for more isekai, and I'm like, dude, please. People keep making isekai because that's what's happening right now. It's the age of the isekai. But most of them are just ass. And you keep promoting isekai, and more ass isekais keep releasing. Both manga, anime, and I suppose light novel. Needed to be a little bit more spicy, I can tell you. The founder of the major anime studio, PA Works, Kenji Horikawa. He wouldn't be a relative of Ryo Horikawa, would he? That wouldn't make any sense, but you never know. Feels that a large number of anime productions may be dimming creators' desire to make original anime. In an interview with Real Sound ahead of the release of Fushigi no Kuni The Aristo, Alice in Wonderland anime adaptation, Horikawa said regarding the challenges of creating original works. I mean, getting anime is actually really difficult. And even if the manga or light novel is really successful, you may only get like a single season. That happened to Watamote in retrospective. The anime was not that good. There are some heavy mischaracterizations of some characters. Secondary characters, truly, but they're important nonetheless in the later manga. It's certainly true that it's difficult to create original works these days. Annual production costs are rising rapidly, so from the investor's perspective, original works naturally carry higher risk, and I can understand that to some extent. I mean, yeah, economy is kind of hard, especially in Japan, so I cannot blame them. On the other hand, with the sheer volume of works becoming overwhelming, leading to a sense of exhaustion from trying to keep up with demand, I feel like that sudden, initial impulse of this is what we want to create is weakening. With original works, the story, worldview, and characters are all created by the creators themselves, the production effort is high. The important thing is whether there's something worth going through that effort to create. But if the current situation continues, I feel a sense of crisis that even if we all want to, we might forget how to make an original work. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Also at the same time, sometimes they want to create a great anime, but the anime is kind of ass in comparison to the manga. Just thinking about adaptations, not even originals here. So that's kind of rough, isn't it? That's kind of rough. I've seen that a couple of times. I would say, actually, if you want to experience the Japanese anime or the Japanese story, if you can go through the manga, go through the manga. It's usually better. And I'm not an avid manga reader, but it's true. Works has participated in numerous popular anime originals, such as Angel Beats. God damn it, Angel Beats. Shirabaku, Charlotte. We all know the memes. Nagi no Asakara, Nagiasu, Alone in the Sea. Hirotoku, The World in Colors. Appare Ramman. Appare! Akiba Made War. Baddy Daddies. Makue When the Promised Flower Blooms. And Komata, A Whiskey Family. PA Works will produce That's Beyond the End of the World, the upcoming sci-fi original series for the studio's 25th anniversary. High Dive confirmed that it will stream the series in the fall of 2025. The studio's adaptation of the Deal with Mikado Sisters is a breeze. Manga is currently streaming, while its Alice in Wonderland film adaptation debuts later this month. PA Works is developing the second season of Skip and Loafer. In the interview, Hirakawa also discusses the studio's approach to planning original works, and that the studio aims to continue doing so in the 2030s. He also discusses the studio's headquarters in Toyama, notably outside Tokyo, where many anime studios are situated, and the importance of setting up in rural areas. It's probably kinda cheap, right? Because you don't have a lot of people. And I guess going through originals actually, this guy mentions here, right? It's really big risk, and it only makes sense. Because even if adaptations can fail a lot, what are the guarantees on the originals? Well, you don't have them, that's kind of a big problem. But I do believe that we've seen some great originals throughout the ages. I mean, Angel Beats is fantastic. Holy shit, it's a tearjerker for sure. I haven't seen any of these ones here, but I'm pretty sure Evangelion is also anime original, and the manga came later. So yeah, I do believe originals still important. Not everything should be an adaptation, and adaptations also have their own set of problems, to be fair. Because if they're not good enough, they might collapse. I'm seeing a lot of criticism from recently the Yubel Blood adaptation. Never read the manga. It was actually recommended to me. I need to do that at some point. Heavily censored, that's crazy. We also have other terrible adaptations like Berserker 2016 and all that. So it's always a struggle, no matter what you do. What do we have here? I guess we can go to this. Speaking of adaptations and censorship, I suppose, huh? This subsidiary remastered censors original games content to better reflect present-day standards. Keeps fucking happening. This game is not that old. It was for the PS3. For fuck's sake. It was announced, the remaster. It's coming soon, I think. I'm not gonna be buying it. Not like this. Bandai Namco has announced Tales of Xillia Remastered, with a plethora of new features and censorship. Why live? There are some expressions that to be changed in consideration of ethics. It seems the censorship of Japanese games with anime art styles continues, despite recent rejections of woke immediate to unprofitability. Except we may already know what is censored. Which is really silly. It's far more silly than what you think. It is known, this article avoids spoilers for the original game. We cannot guarantee the same for external links. That's fair. Posting numerous quality of life improvements. Quality of life improvements. Sure. Enhanced graphics and over 40 pieces of DLC from the original game. Not all of them, because they had some how do you call that? Licensed content that shouldn't be available, which is a big shame. Tales of Xillia Remastered is Bandai Namco's way of celebrating the series' 30th anniversary. Why not use a Fantasia, you fool? If you're gonna censor it, don't bother. One detail, however, was the most overlooked. Almost. On both the American and European Bandai Namco websites, a new post detailed what was new to the remaster. At the very bottom, the European post's final headline declares some expressions were changed from the original work in consideration of ethics. Shh! Don't tell anyone. It doesn't elaborate much more, adding, in light of ethics, we have changed some expressions from the original work. WW correspondence. We assume WW means worldwide, I suppose. The US version is even more curt. Some expressions have been updated, some expressions have been adjusted from the original work to better reflect present-day standards. 2011, I do believe, was the OG release of this game. As no two nations hold the same values or ethics, and publisher used similar excuses before, from PlayStation's 2018 excuse of global standards to the more recent ethics department of the Square Enix, most players typically don't believe such rationale. Usually it's taking a trying to avoid outcry from the more Puritan gaming press, promoting higher age ratings from Western rating boards, also Japan because they're more strict now. However, there's a chance we already know what is censored. In the international version of the original Tales of Celia, instead of flipping the bird during the main story was changed to them pointing. Oh no! Do not flip the bird! Ooh! Fuck off, dude. Please. We had that in OG Dragon Ball. It's gonna be fine. But calling the Japanese version the original to Western audiences doesn't sit quite right, which is true because the Western version, even in the OG release, was censored apparently. Yay! Only doubt too. What a piece of shit. The list of new features on the Tales of Zeal Remastered Japanese website actually shows what has changed. Machine translated by Deep L. Once again, there's a section titled Some expressions have been changed from the original version. The thing explains the attachment item pipe has been changed to beard. Incorrect. It's pipe with a mustache changed to hige, which is facial hair in general. It's hilarious. The differences between the pipe and beard attachment between the games be the website. And this is hilarious to me. This mustache and pipe was in Tales of Crestoria, phone game released in 2020. I played that game and I used that attachment. I can probably look at the screenshots if I go through my phone. It was fine in 2020, suddenly it's not fine anymore. What happened? I have no fucking clue. Attachments are cosmetic accessories players can attach to the characters, with some flexibility in adjusting their size and position. The character, Jude Matthews, shown in the comparison image on the website, is 15. It seems the censorship was done to avoid any claim of an underage character smoking, and that this change is coming to the Japanese version as well. I used this attachment on Cress, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 17. Still a minor. Not censored, not even in the West. I wonder why. Maybe because she understands just the funny haha. The Japanese webpage also notes minor adjustments have been made to the descriptions of some other items. As typos and omissions are their own category, then maybe the beard attachment had its description changed to reflect how it now appears, or other items that suggest actions inappropriate for those underage. Staying aside, the beard attachment is just a mustache. It may be possible this will be adjusted in the English localization. Hige just means facial hair, it's fine. It's usually used for beard, but they don't have a specific word for mustache, so they also use hige. Also stands to reason that if Bandai Namco believes certain content of the original is unethical, they're not going to show it on their website while promoting the remaster. Probably not, so it's gonna be even worse. The notion that they are oblivious to how censorship is loathed is also laughable, which may mean they're avoiding showing off any of the censorship for as long as possible. If this is the most reasonable thing you can show us, holy shit, it's gonna be so ass, dude. Then again, the Japanese website's Q&A asks, are there any elements added or removed from the original version? The reply lists removed elements as none. This doesn't include the alternation to the pipe, and under added elements it notes the game contains many DLCs from the original version. However, some DLC is not included. You will have to pay for it, like in Grace's F. It's not gonna be free, like in Vesperia, which doesn't make any sense to me. They are double dipping. I don't like it. European Post elaborated, specifying some licensed DLCs are not included. That makes sense to me, I'm not complaining about that. Likely due to sale licenses and permissions expiring. Obvious. Happens all the time. Happens with Western games and music too, so yeah. Tales of series has seen censorship in the West, though not consistently. Has also seen a lot of mistranslations because the translators are really bad. Some games have covered up graphic violence, implications of prostitution, homosexuality, molestation, and even gender pronouns and terms. Why? Oh, it's so dangerous hit situation, you will be fine. Yeah, character designs and outfits have typically avoided censorship, to the point producers have even emphasized when they wouldn't be in Tales of Berseria and Tales of Arise. The Japanese website for Silver Remastered shows the swimsuit, maid, and other Tales of Character custom DLC will be included. I think... No, it was Berseria that had paid DLC, not Vesperia, my bad. As for what could be censored from Tales of Xillia, the character Pressa comes to mind, not Pressa, that's different Tales of. Her skin-tight outfit and exposed cleavage that goes past her belly button could be deemed excessively lewd to some, and far more conservative designs have been censored in other games. Did you know? I only learned of this recently. Did you know? Pokemon Colosseum was fucking censored in the West. The main female companion, Rui, the woman that can see the shadow Pokemon, in the Japanese version, had midriff exposed. Not allowed in the West for some reason. That's crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. Nonetheless, what little we can see of her Shrouded in Darkness in the announcement trailer, 230, she appears uncensored, albeit in an animation which appears in the original game's intro. I don't know about all that then. Her first appearance in game is sure to raise eyebrows, as she frees and practically robes a restrained female character for an important item while speaking in a flirtatious and sultry manner. Dear discretion is advised. If you don't like it, you can fuck off, it's that easy. Her seductive clothing and attitude are part of her backstory, though changing that scene wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility, though the Japanese website swore no elements would be removed. But they had changed the deal. Pray they didn't change the deal any further. If removing a pipe isn't considered removing something, then altering a cutscene wouldn't either. Ce n'est pas un pipe, pipe? I have no idea, it's French. Indeed. Only time will tell how far the consideration for ethics will go. Why do I have to suffer like this? Why do I have to suffer like this? I like Tales of games, and I want to like Bandai Namco, but they keep doing the shit. They keep doing the stupid ass shit. They keep censoring stuff, they keep not releasing their shit, they keep changing things for the worst. So I cannot support them. I cannot. Not like this. It's really, really annoying. There's nothing I can do about that. Speaking of games, I have a surprise announcement. It's a surprise to me. Blue Protocol Star Resonance Western release set for October. I might need to try this game. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I guess I might try it. Publisher A+ Japan and developer Shanghai Bokura announced a Western window for Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Blue Protocol Star Resonance is coming west sometime in October for Windows PC, Steam, and Epic, iOS, and Android. Pre-registration is now available. Here's the latest details in the long-awaited MMO. I think it's pretty much the same, but sure. a seamless cross-platform adventure. Blue Protocol Star Resonance has been fully optimized for mobile devices. Is this gonna be Genshin? I don't think I'm going to like this one. But I guess I can try it if it's not too bad. Featuring customized UI tailored for touchscreen gameplay, while retaining the same breathtaking visuals and immersive experiences as its PC counterpart. Best of all, mobile and PC players will share the same servers, ensuring everyone can explore, battle, and forge friendships together in the vibrant world of Ruggedness. Close beta test coming soon. I think it's up already, right? Exciting news for eager testers. The closed beta test will start on August 22nd. I think some tubers were playing this, Shy Lily and Bao, I think? Just before I started the stream today. So that's kinda cool. Still waiting to get access? No worries. The publisher has confirmed they will continuously release codes depending on the server capacity after the test begins. Make sure you stay informed to be the first to receive updates on closed beta test, not the other CBT, access and updates. Well, if it's really bad, it might be the same CBT. Tried the game demo at Anime New York City. Whoa! I don't think I will, but that's nice. Blue Protocol Star Resonance will be making an appearance at Anime New York City, August 22nd to 24th, 2025. Find the booth at Gaming Hall number 1B331. Attendees can look forward to game demos, photo ops, and free merch giveaways. Developed by Bakura, Blue Protocol Star Resonance is a visually stunning anime-style MMORPG set in a vast world of fantasy. Players will embark on an unforgettable adventure, mastering dynamic combat, customizing their heroes, and uncovering the mysteries of Ruggedness alongside friends across platforms. I mean, it's October. They didn't mention the day, so I have no idea. So, yep. Might have to take a look at this. Might be interesting. I suppose that by October, I might have some free slots streaming wise, right? Maybe, only maybe. I mean, I don't think Bloodstained is gonna last a month and a half. I don't think Final Fantasy VI is gonna last a month and a half, and maybe, I don't know about the side quests. I think Pokemon Gold Team is gonna last that long, so I think I can slot this, and we can play this for some time and see how it works, if it actually works. And to finish for today, I want to bring here an extremely stupid tweet I encountered this past few days. It feels like 2016 all over again. People are still this stupid. A lot of people know about the horseshoe theory, how the far left and the far right say the same shit. Well, they're authoritarian in nature, so that's going to happen. We also have this. The fishhook theory. The fishhook theory is real. Here we have this. I will do what it takes to uphold the law and ensure fairness for the British people. This by Keir Starmer. If someone doesn't have the right to be in this country, we won't allow them to stay. And a reply by Rupert Lowe, which I suppose right wing, I have no idea. This is a good post. This thing here is so stupid, and it debunks itself. Oh, look, the far right are so evil, they're most like the center. Don't you think this means that the far right, which is not in the far right here, what you call the far right is pretty much just the center, and you're stupid because you're so far left, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that might be the case. That might be the case. God damn it, I hate stupid people, but think again. This is Gami. Also a journalist. You'll hate me. Yes, I think that is correct. People being stupid on my internet box? More likely than you think. God damn it, dude. These fucking people are so annoying. These fucking people are so annoying. But anyway, this is all I have for today. So I guess time to take my leave. I will put up the schedule tomorrow. But for next week, we can expect more Final Fantasy VI, more Bloodstained, and there will be a Pokemon Colosseum component to the week. Of course, Saturdays, news, articles, talking about bullshit. You know how it is. So, thank you for coming. I hope you had some fun. I kinda had some fun, despite some of this news being quite terrible. I mean, rip that Ruffalo guy from France. That was really fucked up. We're coming back on Monday. There's the additional Monday time for more Final Fantasy VI. I'm not gonna be replaying anything on my own. I miss the stuff, that's how it is. We keep gunning. If I can go back and get it, I will. It's not gonna be happening on my own or anytime soon. And yep, that's gonna be it. So, you know the rules. Never despair enough, because these people are just blatantly stupid. And take care.